So this is the Wahl 3-in-1 personal trimmer, and today we are going to do a review and walk around of this personal trimmer because there are some very big pros, but there are also some very big cons about this trimmer. Now, the first major pro of this trimmer is just how dense and just how high quality this trimmer feels. Now, this trimmer has this very thick knurling here, but this is all rubber. So when you grab this, you are gonna get a very good grip of this trimmer. I also really like that the ergonomics of this trimmer is very well thought out. There's this little bump on the back, and I like this little bump on the back because if you're gonna hold it like this, okay, you got somewhere for your index and for your middle finger to rest, and you've also got somewhere for your thumb to rest, so it's gonna look like this. Or if you're going to use it this way, maybe you're going to get under your chin. Again, this bump is going to be a very good surface for your thumb to rest on. But then also there's just the density of this trimmer. This trimmer by itself weighs in at 218 grams, and if we were to remove the head, it's going to weigh in at around 204 grams. And for comparison's sake, this right there is the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, that is the Lawnmower Manscaped 5.0, and this here is the Manscaped Beard Hedger. So Wahl's clipper is just noticeably denser than Manscaped's more plastic clippers, and personally, the higher quality feel of this trimmer just feels very nice. And also from a design standpoint, I kind of feel this clipper looks like a lightsaber. More specifically, it kind of looks like Palpatine's lightsaber if you look at it closely. So design-wise and just how this trimmer feels in your hand, for me, it's a 10. However, when it comes to charging this trimmer, for me, that's a problem. Okay, this trimmer does not charge via a USB-C port like with Manscaped's newer trimmers. This trimmer is using a proprietary charging port, and it comes included with a proprietary charging cable, which you have to like slide in this way, so that there is to charge this trimmer. And also, this cable does feel rather flimsy, and this cable has a USB-A port on the other end, and this trimmer does not come included with a USB-A charging brick. So you are going to have to supply your own USB-A charging brick, and for me that is an issue because the majority of charging bricks that I have now, they're all USB-C. So personally, I do feel that charging this trimmer is going to be a little difficult. However, this trimmer does have a built-in battery, and with a full charge, it's going to be good for 2 hours of use. And this trimmer is fully waterproof, so you can use it in the shower if you want. Okay, but now let's talk about actually using this trimmer. Now, in order to turn this trimmer on, there is a power button here, and that right there is the trimmer powered on. And we do have an indicator light, and this tells us the status of our battery. However, one important detail to point out here is that this trimmer does not have a built-in light like with Manscaped's more popular offerings. So just keep that in mind. If you do plan on getting this personal trimmer, you're gonna have to have your own decent lighting in your bathroom. So like I mentioned earlier, this is a 3-in-1 trimmer, and right now we do have our clipper head here. Now, in order to remove this clipper head, all you're going to do is we are just going to turn this knob here, and this actually has a very good amount of knurling on it as well. Well, anyways, we're just going to unscrew this, and this whole thing can come off if you want, like so. And then this just slides right off. And this right here is our foil. So if you want a skin tight shave, this is the attachment that you would use. And in order to attach this onto the clipper, all we're gonna do is basically, we're just gonna make this flush here. And that's just going to line up with the motor there. We are going to grab our screw here, and this goes in. So you are going to need a little bit of this dexterity in order to switch these things out. But once you've got it in, should be good to go. And we're just going to go ahead, power this on. So right now, this is our foil. So this is the attachment that you are going to use for a skin tight shave. And then if you want this trimmer, oh wait, also while we're here, in order to clean the foil, you do have these tabs here. All you gotta do is just press, and then this comes right off, and then you can just clean out any hair that you've got in there. And in order to put that back on, you just click and click. Done. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the nose trimmer, and again we're just going to screw this, and personally I don't remove the whole thing, I just enough and then slide it out. And this here is our nose trimmer, and again we are just going to slide this in there, hold this there, screw that in, and now we've got our nose trimmer going. All right, but now we're actually going to go ahead and put the clipper head back on. So again, I'm just gonna slide that in, and you are gonna need some dexterity in order for you to properly use this system. So if you have arthritis, it could be a little challenging, but nonetheless. All right, so now we've got the clipper head back on, and we are going to talk about the combs that come included with this trimmer. So the Wahl trimmer comes included with 8 combs. We have half, we have 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4. And these combs are non-adjustable, as in, you know, you grab, let's say, the number 3, and this just goes right on top of the clipper. Just snap that down. Okay, we're good to go. Now this comb, you know, it's 3, it's gonna stay 3. It's not one of those adjustable combs that come included with Manscaped's trimmer, which is good and bad. It's good because this way you don't have to worry about your comb sliding while you're trimming your hair, which is something that has happened to me in the past. But if you do want to switch between your combs, then you are gonna have to go into your little bag and just look at which comb you want. So we went from the 3, we're gonna grab the 2, and again this just goes back on, the snaps back on there, and now we've got the 2. So again, there are pros and cons when it comes to these non-adjustable combs. You know, you can't quickly adjust them, but they aren't going to change on you while you're trimming your hair. But finally, we're going to talk about the carrying case that comes included with the Wahl trimmer, and again there are pros and cons. Now, the good thing is that this carrying case is hard shell, and in this carrying case, you can store all of your combs inside of your pocket here, and this pocket does zip up, so that's good. And you can also store your other trimmer head, you can store your nose trimmer, you can store your comb, your included oil, your charging cable, which you're definitely not going to want to lose. And there is a protector here for your clipper head here. Okay, and then once this is all in here, you just zip that up, and then you do get like this little foam cutout here in your carrying case. But you know, if you can put in the trimmer, but if you try to close it, that's going to be an issue. So you can't close this unless, you know, you're probably going to risk damaging one of your heads. So I find that in order for this carrying case to close and for you to not to damage your trimmer, it is better that you go ahead and remove the trimmer head, you see, and then close that back up. Now this carrying case closes. So again, I do feel that this carrying case does have its pros and cons. The good thing is it's hard shell and it's not too big, and it is going to keep everything stored. But again, that is one con there. If you don't open it properly, then your trimmer is just going to fall out. And if you are going to store your trimmer inside of the foam cutout, you are going to have to remove the head, or else this isn't going to properly close, or you are going to risk damaging your clipper head. So with all that being said, the Wahl 3-in-1 personal trimmer, there are some major pros and cons about this trimmer. Now, the major pro about this trimmer is just going to be its high quality. I really like the high density of this trimmer. It feels very nice. I really do like this very stiff plastic knurling here because it just helps you get a very good grip of this trimmer, and the overall ergonomics of this trimmer is great. And I also like that the built-in battery on this trimmer is going to be good for 2 hours, and this trimmer is fully waterproof, and you can switch out the head for either trimming or for the foil or for the nose trimmer. However, the main cons about this trimmer is going to be, number one, charging this trimmer, because we are using a proprietary cable. Unfortunately, there is no USB-C charger here. And the cable that comes included with this trimmer is rather flimsy, so you are going to want to take care of this cable. And also, this cable has a USB-A port on the end, and unfortunately, this trimmer does not come included with a USB-A charging brick. So you are going to have to supply your own charging brick here, so that is going to be a little difficult. And then there's just switching out the heads on this trimmer. Again, you are going to need some dexterity to switch them out, because you do have to unscrew this bolt here, and then you got to slide this in here, and you got to hold it, and then screw that in. So yeah, that is the Wahl 3-in-1 personal trimmer.